free-to-play game. Just open it already. Disclaimer. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, locales, incidents, and other works mentioned in the story are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual counterparts, real or fictional, or of anything mentioned and not mentioned in the previous statement is purely coincidental, except for those in the references. Exactly, Dreambones, exactly. This also contains scenes of death, strong language, and violence. Let's work. The audience is advised. Where are the titties? Chapter 1. Or Channel 1. I want to go home. This intrusive thought is getting annoying. I'm already here. But my mind thinks otherwise, unfortunately. I still have this unpleasant sensation. I'm still out there at work. These damned graveyard shifts distorted my perception of reality at this point. It seems strange looking outside the window from my apartment. The streets of this town don't feel right while being so full of life. I got used to seeing them during the night. I got used to seeing them during the night, and now they seem uncanny during the day. Oh, sorry, I can't talk, God. Living through the day hours feels like living a dream now. A dream for which I will wake up when the night will come again. I can only hope that the winter ends soon. I want to have more daylight hours for me. I want to enjoy this dream a bit longer. But for now, as the sun starts taking off, I can only go to sleep. My body and my mind need rest, otherwise the night will eat me alive. I want to go home already. Call in progress. Connection established. Culinary Police Station here. How can I assist you? I made a terrible mistake. There's someone outside my house. Whoever they are, they've been following for a while. But I thought it was just a coincidence, and now I'm really scared. What's your address, miss? Silent Road, number 47. My name is Barbara Red. My husband is not currently at home, and I'm alone here. Please send someone. We're sending help, Miss Red. Mrs. Red, please stay inside and stay calm. You said Silent Road number 47, is that correct? Yes, it is. I'm so sorry, I should have called you way before. Mrs. Red, can you provide any details about the person? No, I'm sorry. The creep has been following me inside a car and I couldn't see them properly. And it's harder, especially now that it's dark outside. What kind of car is the person in? A red car, I don't know the kind. It seems old, though. Can you see what the suspect is doing? Mrs. Red? The person isn't in the car anymore. Alex Lala not found. Restoration in progress. Restoration completed. What the fuck? My bad. I'm very, very sorry about that earlier. I usually make mistakes like that. I should have noticed that you saw me, Mrs. Red. I didn't want to leave such a negative impression. Unfortunately, I can't fix that anymore. Too much time has passed since that moment. But I guess it doesn't matter anymore. We are together now. No, please. Call the police as you plan to. Take your time. I'll be here for you anyway. What? What the fuck is happening? Streets, Channel 2. Despite making the streets look more natural to my eyes, the night was synonymous with pain to me. Whatever it was about my relationships with my colleagues and me doing my job, stuff that would make me miserable for my mistakes. Oh, excuse me. I get it, but I'm not a machine. Well, I'm human and I can't reasonably do X. This is what my colleague next to me would say. What is my response to that? I'm not a subhuman either, garbage of a human being. I'm not a rookie who came in yesterday and doesn't know how to zip up his pants. This guy may be older and have more years of experience on the job, but he's not my boss. Even if he had enough work years to go in retirement, he could die for what I care. I'd be glad to scream all this right now, but I don't want to make this night more unbearable. And I already ended up last week with an intensive conversation with him. Intense. As if staying together in this car wasn't awkward enough. I think I should call my sister when I get the chance. It has been a while since we got to talk. Her name is Barbara. She's a pretty kind person, but she's unfortunate to be very uncaring. I had to take care of her before she married. Unfortunately, her husband isn't good enough to keep her in line. The fuck? He says he didn't want to make her feel oppressed or make her feel bad about her mistakes. But that's pretty pretentious. That's if he knows what kind of problematic adult she grew into. I want to be sure to give her a better future in the end. You kind of remind me of her. Especially when she was in her teenage years. You have to understand that I'm here to teach you how to do things right. Oh man. People in our position have an image to keep up for the public, remember. I don't want people laughing behind my back. Especially if that's caused by someone who is too immature to respect his responsibilities. The tantrum of last week is something I don't want to see anymore. Remember who I am and who you are. What I'm asking is a bit of respect. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. Good. Be sure to avoid doing that bullshit about the gun safety. I want to end this shift without problems, okay? Okay. Fuck Claudio. What a way to break the ice and start the night officially. I hope to keep my cool for the rest of it as I have just done now. I want to go home. I hope this night passes through quickly. Oh, actually, I forgot. Yeah, okay, I'll read the description in case I missed something. Plot. The locals of a small town live through normal nights while reality restores itself constantly because of blank. So... Hey, Aquarian, how you doing? I got Mimron's head! And wow, I got it today. Received a call about a theft at Varies on Lesser Street, number 4. The staff managed to block the thief, but be sure to remain cautious. Understood. We're on our way. Vary's store was at the center of town, so it didn't take us long to get there. Parking lot was almost empty at that moment. The only car outside was ours that was there. The only car outside of ours that was there was an old red one. Despite the night hours, the shop could still be taken. Ah, God, what can I read tonight? Jesus. Yeah. Retail, there's no Mimrom's head in Ascension right now. Despite the night hours, the shop could still take advantage of a decent client base. Especially one made up of workers like us, that have the misfortune of not seeing the light of day. The lips, the mouth, the tip of the tongue. The lips, the mouth, the tip of the tongue. My hair is doing a weird front thing. I don't know. It's like whatever. My hair defies gravity now, in case you guys were wondering. I'm tired of being called at this place. At least I managed to get one this time. But I guess that could have gone worse. You look very thick. It's full of vibrant, thick life. It's thick as fuck. It's girthy. I have girthy hair. We could have been called for the usual person who died of a heart attack. Seeing so many dead people in a short amount of time is terrifying. Pretty much my hair is gonna thin as much as it's going to until I hit like 80. My grandfather had the same kind of hair. So... see so many dead people in a short amount of time is terrifying. We should hurry. Okay, kiddo. Let's end this quickly. Good, you're finally here. Come in the office, we have him here. We went straight up into the office. I'm pleased to see a familiar face once again. I was pleased. I wish it had happened in a less awkward situation, though. Oh, hello, Merlot. Hi, Mike. Is it him? Yep, straight from the dark side of the streets. He's part of a small gang that stole some stuff. They acted as if they wanted to buy some beer in cans. Just to straight up open them in front of our faces and run away to the exit. We managed to block only this one on the way out, unfortunately. The others even escaped to the car parked right outside of the store. Does he have an ID or any document? Any other document with? Why can't I fucking read? Jesus! Oh, Christ! Nah. No, he doesn't. He even refused to share any pieces of information. I can't fucking read. He likes to act as if he doesn't know our language. As if we didn't hear him speaking it before the theft. Our cashier also told us that he visited the store during the previous nights. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that to inspect the place. I guess you recorded some footage with your cameras, right? With both hands above your head. Yeah, both outside and inside. Why is that kind of working? Or you just want to see my guns. In this way, you'll have better details about their looks in their car. There is something wrong with it. Not a stroke then. I'll send it to the police department's email as usual. If I end up remembering some other useful detail, I'm going to mention them there. Sounds good enough. I think it's because English is a second language here, and I think there's enough words missing in some spots that's kind of throwing me off, and my brain's still in like I have to compensate mode, and it's that's my excuse. Well, I hope you're happy about your wrongdoings. You'll understand the gravity of that. Now turn around. Claudio handcuffs the guy and gives him a little pat on the back. We're gonna take care of this from here. Thanks for the cooperation and have a good night. Thank you for coming. You too as well. Bye then. Bye. See, I don't mind the gravity. It's just that, like, one part of it is just like, hey, I'm gonna be higher and weirder than the rest. I want to be more even-ish. Then yeah, I get out of the shower and didn't do a thing to it, so you know, whatever. I'm just obsessed with my hair. I'm a hair guy. Yeah, look at that fucking mane of fucking hair. Oh, I got a bald spot. I mean, of course, because I'm pulling it apart. All right, enough of that. Yeah, because like, look, it's like go. Why? Why is it doing that? It's so weird. Of course, nobody gives a crap until I point it out, though, because like, why would nobody would even notice until I said something. And so one part of the job was done. Now we only had to escort the scum to the department. It was important to not underestimate the situation, though. Kind of Bart. Don't have a cow, man. This guy could try to escape at any moment of distraction. That's why we were sure to be both. Yeah, that's why we were sure to be both his left and right sides while holding him by the arms. Yeah, see, there's little things like that. Hey, Dora, how you doing? In the end, we managed to get back to where our car was without problems. Go inside and stay quiet. Merlot, you too. I want to bring this guy in before the end of the night. Or as you would say, we should hurry. Right. And that's what we did. We immediately entered inside our car and left the parking lot. While leaving, the person inside the old red car waved at me with a smile. That was weird, considering I had no idea who this person was. Alex Lala. Oh god, Dora, I might have done questionable things. What did you do, Dora, besides set everything on fire? Oh, parking lot. And that's what we did. We left the parking lot empty, just like how it was when we arrived. I can't wait to see how exciting this night is going to be for me and my jelly. It just said empty. Oh. My jolly partner. I hope I won't desire to kill myself by the end of it. I cannot set stuff on fire. Disturbing. Dora! After walking back into my apartment, I took a deep breath of relief. I managed to go through another night. But most importantly, I'm finally home. I think this is the right moment when I can feel a bit happy. Now I only have to put aside all the worries and try to enjoy the incoming hours. A very easy task, I would say. There's also to take into consideration that the incoming hours will pass through very fast. So fast that I won't even notice that. Damn. I love the thoughts that go through my mind during these moments of relaxation. They probably deserved it. I trust you, Aquarian. I better change myself, take a shower, and eat something now. While I was on the point of eating my breakfast, my phone started ringing. Oh, it's him again. What's up? Hello, Mike. What's up? Hi, I'm a bit tired, but outside of that, I'm fine. All that adrenaline I accumulated during the last shift is running out. Seems normal. I hope that you didn't get stressed out by the whole situation, too much by the whole situation. Nah, I'm going to survive. It's not like it's the first time that some idiots came into my father's store. Mike is an old friend of mine. We don't spend time together as we used to, but doing some chit-chat on the phone remained a constant thing to do between us, even at this early hour of the day. But especially after I transferred to his town for work. That allowed us to even go out for a beer from time to time. A time to remember the good old times before reaching adulthood, I would add. He has been a lifesaver in distracting my mind from my usual intrusive thoughts. And I will never thank him enough for that. At least I never had a reason to use the shotgun behind the counter. I know that my father wants to keep it accessible for us for self-defense, but I'm scared by the idea of actually using it. That's useful when you want to put a hole into someone, though. Yeah, very funny. You're a great comedian, as usual. Speaking of funny stuff, did you like the game I recommended to you? Hatred? That's the last thing I would describe as funny. Really? Don't you think that the protagonist is so over the top he becomes ridiculous? Even the tone of the game is like that. Just look at the ending. Are you telling me that you find it serious? Well, first of all, I didn't finish it. So I don't know what this ending is supposed to be. Second, I get that this is a ridiculous tale of a murderous edgelord, but it's still a game about a mass shooter killing people. Even unarmed civilians. The glory kills were pretty disturbing on those. Yeah, I understand. Brittle. I'm sorry it bothered you that much. I actually know the game they're talking about, Hatred. I was going to get it at one point, but then I actually looked more into it, and while it is kind of a satire, the way that it's presented is still... It's not over the top enough, I think. It stops just short of kind of looping around to being absolutely stupid ridiculous. Like, if you've ever seen the Grindhouse trailer for Hobo with a Shotgun that was in that Tarantino and Rodriguez Grindhouse movie that it was like Planet Death and no, Planet... God, it was Planet something, and then Planet Terror and Death Proof. That kind of like drive-in theater sort of mashup movie. Really good movie, by the way. But there was a trailer in the intermission section that was called Hobo with a Shotgun. But it was so ridiculously over the top that it was actually kind of funny. But it was also... Yeah, that exactly, Brittle, exactly. Whereas Hobo with a Shotgun was also... It was kind of like just... It was Rutger Hauer as the hobo, and he was just getting vengeance. Whereas this guy just decides, I'm gonna be a piece of shit today and kill as many people as I can. And the game literally ends with him nuking the town. It's just, I don't know. It's not satirical in a good way, I think. And I just, no thanks. Absolutely not. It felt like it glorified it a little too much rather than put it under a microscope and poked fun at it. Phoenix. Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry I bothered you that much. Nah, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I don't have problems with fictional violence, but I'm more comfortable when I don't have to play as someone that despicable. Yeah, that too. if I'm fighting against someone doing that in the game, I have no issues with it in the game because I'm actually actively trying to stop that person from their evils. If I'm the person doing the evils, that puts you in a different kind of headspace and a different sort of, I don't know, like there's a difference between being a bad guy in a game like, say, Grand Theft Auto, and being a bad guy where you're... Have you ever heard of the game Hatred, Phoenix? I'm evil? No, that's not... No, not that kind of evil. No, God. Basically, you play a mass shooter. And it's supposed to be ridiculous and satirical, but I felt it was a little too edgelordy and a bit too... not tongue-in-cheek enough. Yeah, I'm not that kind of evil, right? Venus, I'm evil, let's go. And you're like, I'm going to rule the world! That's, you know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Dora. And there was a lot of controversy around it when it came out, and just, no thanks. Yeah, like, that's an okay kind of evil. Yes, that's evil with style. That's I'm gonna rule the world style. Not I'm gonna nuke it. So, anyway. Nice hair. Yeah, I was just complaining about my hair earlier. Like, it's not doing a thing I want, but it's just... Thump. Yes, exactly, Brittle. Thank you. Anyway, we got so distracted because the game itself mentioned it, so... But that's different. He did it sexily without a shirt on and long white hair, and even I would be like, yeah, I'll lick your abs once. I don't have to play someone that despicable. I hate moments like this. I wish I didn't make this conversation so awkward. I'm glad that Mike didn't shut the door on me, but I wish I could avoid this. Ew! And that makes it... that makes it okay. I have a monster prepare my oh god, Phoenix. No, it's okay. Thirst on Steam, it's okay. Vincent, okay, now Vincent is the one that I would, yeah. I mean, there are times I wonder if I really am bi, but I'm also not. But I like them tight boys. Anyway, God. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Those questionable men, the ones where you're not sure until they drop their pants. And then you're like, well, I'm here anyway. Don't have to be bi to have good taste. Thank you, Hidden One, yes. I picked an odd moment to come. I'm sorry, BG. Dora, help me. I'm so sorry, Dora. On behalf of myself, I apologize to Dora. Anyway, I'm getting so distracted, and this is actually interesting. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this game. In the end, I just want to have fun and relax a bit while having a nice talk. I don't mind if they have bits. But yes, that's exactly. There is this one comedian, I think I've said this joke on here before, but he's like, you know, I'm not, you know, homosexual, I'm not into men, but if I was, I want them smooth and tight, like a lozenge. And it made no sense, and I laughed so hard. It's like, what? Just like a lozenge. Like, what? It just so... Please repeat that. So like grandma likes her men. God. Smooth and tight like a lozenge. I need to make sure I heard that. God damn, I'm sorry. Everyone else, I apologize. Back to the game. No more distraction. I know I heard it right. I'm so sorry. I just don't want to believe. God damn. Okay. Back to the game. I'm gonna turn it up a little. No, don't pin it! Next time I propose something to him, I'll suggest something less brutal. The call continued for another few minutes before we saluted each other. Mike started yawning a lot during the last moments of the call. So it was for the better. He needed some deserving rest. Deserving, and so do I. I just wish my mood was better right now. Do you want to save? Yes. the story's a little surreal right now, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on, but it's like, the plot is the locals of a small town live through their normal nights while reality stores itself constantly because of not found. And that's it for the plot. Goddamn. The night came back really fast, as expected. Ooh, petty. How pretty. When I woke up earlier, I was greeted by it once again. Yeah, Bluerose, like, uses this tone for almost all their games. I really like it, the way they utilize it. Something dreadful, I would say. Okay, maybe I'm a bit exaggerating here. It wasn't dark when I woke up, but it was almost late afternoon, so the sun was ready to take off. Maybe I shouldn't force myself to stay awake too much in the morning. Otherwise, this would be an inevitable consequence. Spending most of my free hours sleeping isn't something I'm looking forward to. Even if my rotting body needs it. At least the night was peaceful this time. Excuse me. The streets are mostly empty and the silence reigned inside them. But most importantly, I didn't have the displeasing partner ruin my mood. Claudio had to avoid work due to a relative's issue, apparently. Got to know there's still a god out there from time to time. Hey, Black Rose, how you doing? There's nothing better than drinking some soda in the middle of the night. It's just a shame that it's not fresh. It'd be 100 times better that way. Yeah, but I wish I could drink some coffee right now. I think that the quantity of caffeine in these cans should be enough to keep us active. So you shouldn't be that worried, to be honest. No, don't get me wrong. It's fine, but I would rather drink something that doesn't risk corroding my teeth. Or causing other health issues. Well, if you're drinking too much water, it's obvious that you're going to get sick. It's all a question of moderation. As I drink a Mountain Dew. Dora. And also keeping the hygiene of your teeth in check is important. I feel like you're downplaying it a bit. There are too many downsides to be worth the risks. I'm going to drink this stuff the least amount of time possible anyway. Maria is a colleague I had the fortune to establish a positive relationship with. She's a nice and caring person, but most importantly, a patient one. Enough to deal with both me at my worst and also that agonizing viper called Claudio. She's on better terms with him though, but mostly because she managed to gain some respect from him over the years. She's one of the few people I could relax with, especially during our breaks like this. Getting some stuff from a vending machine wasn't the best option to drink something, but it was close to us, so it was a good way not to waste time. After we finished drinking, we received another call and returned back on duty. Between the different calls of that night, we continued to have some nice conversations. But as I feared, the situation with Claudio ended up being brought up. In the beginning, I thought she would have been understanding about my side, but she didn't think it that way at all. This has been going on for a while. I get where you come from, but if it continues like this, you might risk annoying the chief. So is Claudio then. I bet he didn't even mention anything to the chief about all this. It's not like he doesn't know what kind of person Claudio is. I wouldn't be surprised if Claudio was scared to be fucked in the ass because of that. Merlo, if the chief knew about this, you wouldn't bet on anything right now. Because both of you would have met him again. Stop also keeping this tough persona as if you weren't afraid of him as well. And by the way, are you seriously going to act like you don't have some doubts about what you've done? What I have done is what would have been expected by someone in my role. I admit that I make mistakes from time to time, but I don't like it when someone puts a finger in my wounds. Whatever the rank, there is a way and a way to do things. And for what I care, respect is the last thing I'm going to give you if you act as an asshole. Did you have the same mentality before you were transferred to our department? Also, taste of teeth, not you brittle. Doesn't matter. I want to remind you that I still have this job for a reason. I'm not that stupid to commit a career suicide. You're not doing a good job of not giving that impression right now. Very well. In this case, I want to say only one last thing before moving on. I'm getting a bit tired of this, and I bet you do too. Yeah? I recommend you to keep in mind that what I'm going to say. We are not machines, but we still have responsibilities in this reality. It is also something that goes beyond our job. There will always be the asshole to make your actions seem worse than they are. Or to make you miserable because of them. Phoenix. But at the end of the day, we have to move on. What Brittle and Phoenix aren't letting anyone else know is that they're not using them for personal reasons, but as decorative. We can't let the suffering ruin that one life we have here. You can freely think that I'm silly to think like that. When you make mistakes, it's also important to not undermine them. I want pointy teeth. Even if you get pointed out by someone you dislike, keep it always as a way to improve yourself. Take, for example, your habit of not putting the safety on your handgun. I get that you want to be ready for the worst situations. Dude, what the fuck? He's in the wrong 100%. You always have your safety on, you piece of shit! But what if this ends up hurting you or your colleague? What if we had someone in the back and they try to steal your handgun to shoot us? I might be a bit paranoid, but prevention should be taken into consideration always. What I'm trying to say is to be responsible about your actions. You can't erase them from this reality to get away from your mistakes. This reality won't fix itself around your doings like you were its mama's boy. Isn't that what this reality is actually doing? Call in progress. Waza! Culinary police station here. How can... There's someone to kill my father and my colleague! I'm in the Varys! For the love of God, send someone! The address is the same I gave you yesterday! Leicester Street, number 4! Please, be quick! I locked myself inside our office, but I'm afraid the killer could break in! Alex Lala, not found. Brittle, no, I have to say, for legal reasons, those are not responsible gun ownership rules. Safety always on, never put your finger on the trigger unless you intend to shoot. Emergency services here, what is your emergency? I wanted to report the death of 2 people. They might have died of a heart attack. I tried to do some CPR, but... I'm so sorry to hear that. Can you provide me with your address? It's Leicester Street, number 4. Thank you. Are you saying that 2 people suffered from a heart attack? Yeah. I was preparing myself to leave the store, and then I find them both dead on the floor all of a sudden. Just like that. Brittle, no! Do not listen to Brittle, please. Actually, I'm not even sure if this is due to a heart attack or not. It just happened so quickly without any concerning signs before that. I understand. Help is on the way. Is there someone around that can assist you at the moment? Hello, assistant manager. I'm glad you left the office open. I guess you didn't have any reason to close it this time. My name is Alex. I'm very, very sorry to bring some bad news. Your cashier was unprofessional towards me. He almost killed me with his toy. He picked it up from behind the counter and tried to blast me with it. Fortunately, my guts ended up on the floor, not my brain. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here complaining. That's the point. Your manager was also a cunt about it. Even though I'm now like new without scratches, that still hurt like hell. I expected better behavior from your boss. Please. Do me a favor and not disappoint me like he did. Do not. Show me you can take responsibilities. Just like the shells of the shotgun. It's supposed to be abrupt. Excuse me. There weren't many people at the funeral. Mike's mother wanted to be sure that it was going to be private. That only the closest people could join to mourn the dead. Fortunately, I was one of those. It would have been dreadful for me if that wouldn't have been the case. But I don't blame her. She went through a lot during these last days, and she just wants to give her last goodbye. To her husband, and to her son. Having too many eyes on her and what remains of them was just unpleasant for her. I couldn't believe it when I heard that Mike was dead. Everything happened during that night when I was patrolling with Maria. They were found lying on the floor without any sign of life by a client, including their cashier. All of them died from what seemed to be a heart attack. I'm glad that another patrol was called to the scene. I wouldn't have been able to handle something like that, especially considering how close I was to Mike. This is so strange. We've gotten too many cases of heart attacks recently, and the victims didn't have any health issues that could explain the reason for those. This didn't seem to be a coincidence at this point, and rumors have started circulating. Some people spread the idea that there was the result of some virus or something like that. And even that the victims could have been on a hit list of an assassin. Phantom thieves. Or at least these look like more logical rumors. These are the more logical rumors in my book. All the others developed into paranormal shit that couldn't be taken seriously. The tragedy, it varies, was odder though. 3 people at different ages dying in the same place and time for a heart attack. Seemed too much targeted. But maybe I'm just coping. There isn't an invisible threat like that. Only a piece of shit of a reality we all live in. One thing is for sure. This is another sad day. At least I'm here to give my last goodbyes to my only friend. Rest in peace, Mike. It felt nice walking in the local park. I really needed to take a break from everything and enjoy my only day off. Experiencing the morning breeze was quite relaxing, but I would be lying if I said that I wasn't stressed out. There were moments during the walk when I even felt I was being stalked. The rumors made me more agitated than usual. I was so agitated that I ended up bringing up my service gun with me. Now that I think about it, this was such a ridiculous decision. What's wrong with me? I shouldn't have left my apartment in the first place. What if someone finds out about the gun? What if they end up getting a bad impression of me? This didn't feel quite right. Man. And the fact that there was almost nobody around didn't help either. The place felt too silent and empty for my liking. The more I kept walking, the more my heart started racing. After failing to relax, I had the impulse to run back to my apartment. In a moment of panic, I turned back, ready to do so. But when I saw someone in the distance who stopped after seeing me about to run, I stopped immediately. Damn it. Goddamn, I don't know what's up with my throat tonight. Ah. The person in question didn't move a muscle and looked at me. I couldn't tell if they were confused or afraid of what I was going to do. This is embarrassing. What the hell am I doing? Feeling embarrassed, I went back to walking as I was before. I was being irrational. There is nothing to be afraid of here. After walking for a while, I decided to head back to my apartment. I didn't feel paranoid as before, but I still felt like shit. I just wanted to take shelter in my safe space and forget what had happened earlier. When I reached the apartment complex, I heard a whistle coming from behind me. After turning around, I noticed a person in the distance. They were smiling and waving at me with one hand. That was weird, considering I had no idea who this person was. Wait. A sense of fear began to overwhelm me. It's a bit too cold, or too warm in here. That was the same person I had met at the park earlier. Without thinking too much, I pulled my gun out from inside my jacket. I didn't point it at the person, but I wanted to be sure that they could see it. I wanted to make them understand that they picked the wrong person to fuck around. Because I'm like clearing my throat like crazy, and I think it's either because I'm talking a bunch or I don't know. I felt like shit. I couldn't sleep properly because of my mood. I even tried to go out for a walk to keep my mind occupied. It felt nice for a while, but then the thoughts about the recent events decided to come back. So I think that this, whenever it does the outlaw, I think it's like reality rewriting itself to erase him from it. Especially the ones related to the rumors. These made me so paranoid that I ended up running while going back to my apartment. But despite that, I was still trying to keep myself together. Your mind is fucking with you. Oh shit, I haven't at all! My god. God dang it. Wow, I'm a piece of shit. Okay. Don't pay attention to it. That's what I keep telling myself while lying in on my bed. I reduced myself to a point where it was difficult to relax. I could just sleep or surf my phone to keep myself distracted. Oh god. In some way. But I couldn't prevent the resurfacing of the recent memories. Not only about the loss of my dearest friend, but also my actions in general. I was an asshole towards Maria during our last conversation. I shouldn't have acted like that, especially towards her. This behavior is going to cause me problems in the future again. That's for sure. I wish Mike was here right now. It would have been comforting to talk about that with him. I hate that our last conversation was so unpleasant. Why couldn't that have gone in a different way? This reality is just a straight path where we can't do jack shit other than waterboarding him. Keep walking, and walking, and walking, until our last moments without having any say on the matter. The sun wasn't present in the sky anymore. That meant that the first shift of the week was coming. Unfortunately, I had the misfortune to wake up almost an hour earlier than I should have. I was genuinely annoyed by it. I was also unsure if I wanted to keep going to work in this state. Maybe I could come out with some excuse about an unexistent fever. But even if I tried, I would have gone to the work the next day probably. So it wasn't worth it in the end. Despite everything, I had to avoid making myself look bad in this scenario. All of a sudden, my doorbell started ringing. Bring, 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 bring. Strange, I don't tend to have visitors at this hour. While I was going towards the entrance, the doorbell kept ringing. Cut it out, I'm not deaf. The doorbell finally stopped. Before saying anything, I looked at the people to see who was on the other side. The person wasn't someone I knew. Despite making myself present in front of the door, they didn't end up saying a word. This was starting to piss me off. It wasn't the right time for these stupid pranks. What do you want? I can see you standing there like an idiot. I'm not in the mood for this bullshit. I'm very, very sorry, but I couldn't help myself from coming here. I wanted to talk with you a few days ago, but it was never the right time. You seemed a bit agitated recently. I hope I wasn't the one to scare you. If that's the case, that wasn't my intention. I tend to make mistakes like everyone, after all. I know that some rumors have been starting to circulate in town. I don't blame for being paranoid, to be honest. Paranoia can be intoxicating for some. But it can be quite fascinating for others. Seeing it slowly grow and its effects is entertaining as hell. Especially when you're not at the center of the storm. Kind of. Exploiting the heart attack side effect of my power has been great. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I got tired of this reality. So I want to have fun and deviate from its straight path until the end. Do you know what I'm talking about? I hope so. Please, open the door. I want to have a more in-depth chat about that. Oh, come on, don't be silly. Just open it already. You're going to come out anyway. I'm going to fuck you over after I erase myself. What? After taking a shower and preparing myself, I was ready to go. But before putting my service gun inside the holster on my belt, I put the safety on it. Despite being in a paranoid mood, I wanted to make sure not to disappoint Maria. I didn't want to let my immature side take over again. I wasn't sure at first, but I got her point. I should be more careful to avoid mistakes that could end up being mortal. But I admit that it would be nice to erase myself and my actions from this reality. Okay, maybe not. Considering what person I am, I might lose my cool in that scenario. Being labeled as a murderous psycho is not something I want. Especially if it was caused by an idiot like Claudio. I hope these are the last intrusive thoughts of the night. Damn. The time passes so fast. I hate having to go to work after all of this. But I guess that I have to move on somehow. Life is long, after all, so one step at a time. After turning off the lights in my apartment, I opened the exit door. And once again, I couldn't wait to get back home. Let's hope this night ends fast for me. The end. What are the references? Metal Gear Solid. Hatred, you're my favorite plushie. Nice, but I don't think I understood it. Writing, music, magpie, Bluerose. I mean, interesting, but I don't know if I really got it. Yeah, I kind of felt this, like, I kind of got what was, like, it took me a bit to kind of catch on to what was happening, but it seemed like that one guy was rewriting reality to kind of erase anybody recognizing him from it. But at the same time, it's like he was also killing people, but, like, why? Like, I don't know, there's too many questions, too many weird questions that weren't answered right, or, like, right, but, like, fully. So I still don't fully understand what really happened here, and I let me see here. Oh, I thought that Claudio was one of the officers in this game, because we weren't playing that one. This is a different one. You're my favorite plushie. It's another one of theirs. Sexual suggestiveness and psychological violence. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it was well put together. I liked it. I just don't think I got it.